In this tutorial, we'll explore how to organize and control media playback using timelines in Screenberry. Timelines offer an alternative to playlists, providing more control and flexibility over media arrangement and playback. You'll learn how to create timelines, manage media within them, and customize their settings. It's assumed that you've already watched the previous tutorial about using playlists in Screenberry. If not, we recommend viewing it first, as it covers the basics of working with media. To add a timeline, select Add Timeline from the context menu, or click the plus button on the bottom toolbar and choose this option. You can create multiple timelines within a single media player. Each one can be edited and arranged independently. The timeline interface in Screenberry offers a layout familiar to video professionals, with a time ruler for navigation and playback, tracks for organizing media, and playback controls. Adding media to a timeline is simple and similar to adding items to a playlist. Drag files from the media library or an existing playlist onto the timeline. Dropping media onto an empty section of the timeline automatically creates new tracks to accommodate the items. To add a new track, you can select an existing track and choose Add Track below or Add Track above from the top toolbar. You can also right-click on the track header to access these options in the context menu, which additionally includes the option to duplicate track with all its content. Tracks can also be renamed or deleted by right-clicking on their headers and selecting the corresponding actions. Keep in mind that the order of tracks on the timeline determines the video layering in the output. Media items on higher tracks will overlay those on lower tracks. Playback controls for timelines function the same as those for playlists. Use the play, pause, and stop buttons in the controls bar to manage playback. Note that there are two play buttons. Play starts playback from the playhead's position, while play selected begins playback from a selected item. Alternatively, hold Alt, changing the cursor to an orange play symbol, then click a media item. Other controls include the lock button to prevent accidental use of playback controls and the reveal active item button, which quickly shows the current playhead position. Media items on the timeline can be rearranged to adjust playback order and layering. Select one or more items and drag them to a new position. When dragging items, any overlapping portions of existing items, highlighted by an orange frame, will be overwritten when released. For precise alignment, media items snap to edges, playhead positions, markers, and other items. You can toggle snapping using the Snap button or the End shortcut. To restrict movement to vertical adjustments, hold Shift while dragging. To set a precise time, use the Position field in the Media Items settings. You can access it from the side panel when the item is selected, or by right-clicking it and choosing the corresponding option from the context menu. To change the duration or starting time of a media item, drag the white square handles on its thumbnail to adjust its in and out points. For precise adjustments, edit the Start From and Duration fields in the Media Items Settings panel. To split a media item into two segments, select the razor tool from the side toolbar or press C, then click at the point where you want to divide the item. Each segment retains the original content, but with new in and out points that can be further adjusted independently. You can set the fade in and fade out values for a media item. Drag the triangular handles at the top corners of the media thumbnail or adjust these values in the item's settings panel. Let's add a video preview window to see the crossfade we've set in action. Both playlists and timelines offer a variety of settings for media items, many of which were covered in the playlist tutorial. Here we'll focus on transformation settings, which are particularly useful when working with videos across multiple tracks. To adjust the size and position of a media item, start by selecting Custom Transformation. You can start by adjusting the scale values to resize the media item. By default, the scale controls are linked to maintain the proportions. Next, use the anchor point and position controls to move the media item to the desired location on the screen. By repositioning the anchor point in combination with the position controls, you can quickly adjust the placement of the media item. For more precise placement, you can adjust the numerical values in the position fields. Mini Display helps you to monitor the changes. The media item here is shown in relation to the media player canvas. You can use keyframes to animate media parameters over time, including position, scale, rotation, opacity, and audio volume. To add a keyframe at the current playhead position, click the diamond icon next to the parameter you want to animate. To set keyframes at different points in the timeline, simply move the playhead to the desired spot and click the diamond icon again. Using keyframes allows you to create smooth transitions between values, adding movement and effects to your timeline. Click the keyframe icon on the item's thumbnail to expand or collapse the list of parameters with set keyframes. You can further adjust their positions by selecting and moving them as needed. Let's see the resulting transition between the keyframes we've set. Now we can collapse these settings and close the preview window, as we don't need it at the moment. To further enhance timeline organization and control, markers can be added. Right-click on the time ruler and select the marker type, or place the playhead at the desired position and click the corresponding marker icon in the toolbar. Label markers add text annotations to the timeline, helping you keep track of key items or moments. A pause marker halts playback at a specific point. A jump marker lets you skip to a designated point, either a chosen time or another marker. Lastly, timecode markers trigger playback when a matching timecode value is received, enabling synchronization. Now let's have a look at how to navigate the timeline interface. You can zoom in or out to adjust your view. Use the mouse scroll wheel or the plus/minus keys to zoom, with the mouse pointer as the focal point, or use the zoom buttons in the toolbar to zoom toward the playhead. To fit the entire timeline in view, click the Fit to View button in the top toolbar or press the / key. For frame-level precision, click the Zoom to Frame button or press Shift +/. If parts of the timeline are out of view, you can scroll horizontally using the scroll bar at the bottom of the timeline window, or by holding down the scroll wheel and dragging the mouse. Timelines in Screenberry are a powerful tool for managing and playing back media. Take some time to explore the interface and experiment with the settings to make the most of timelines in your projects. If you have any questions or need assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. Enjoy creating with Screenberry.